Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. So if you can't see, I have cleared these two trees that were in here, and then there's one out here I did. We can only take two at a time because I guess that's maximum weight. We do have it's a barley harvest to do. That'll be the first harvest with the new combine. And hopefully I'll probably grab the slurry spreader and try to get probably that field once it's done, and that one I'll spread with some slurry. That way we can lower the amount of fertilizer we use. Plus we are getting a little bit high on the amount of slurry we have. We have quite a few planks already here. Plus obviously much more to come. Almost at 20,000 liters in there. That is a lot. Still got one more tree. And for the land over there, I know I talked about buying it possibly. I think we're gonna buy it. But the thing I kept going back and forth on is, do we mow it and make some silage out of it? Last time that we mowed this field up here, I think we got about $100,000 from selling the silage. From what I looked and found. So I think ideally we would make some silage out of it. We mow it once, and then, you know, try to make it as quick of a turnaround as we possibly can, though. So I would want by, you know, next 3-4 videos to be planting it. So the last thing I want to happen is, you know, we get it all ready and it's, you know, almost too late to the point where we can't plant it. I want to get at least 2 harvests off of it, preferably 3, before we wrap things up. Which I think if we have it by 3-4 videos, we would be at about 80 episodes, which would put us at like 95, 96 wrapping it up. Obviously there'd be extra ones in there because we have planting and everything up to do. I'll put this here. Probably have the Massey do the trailer work, the carting. Alright, let's get this up here. Probably just try to pull it right in here. That way we have an easy place we can just quickly back out. I did fix the landscaping a little bit. I know the header would just barely hit the ground as you were going up on that hill through the woods. So I changed it a little bit. It shouldn't hit. It's pretty close, but it doesn't look like it's actually hitting. I don't think we need any more straw. We have almost too much the way it is. Yeah, this harvest is going to take no time. I mean, this header is, what, 16, 17 feet bigger My last one was 28. Yeah, 17 feet bigger. That's a lot. And plus, obviously, the grain tank size is a lot bigger. So we might empty once. I think it's 22,000 liters. It appears it's handling it just fine, too. For the miles an hour. That was my biggest concern was, 45-foot header. It's big. Could it actually keep up? It seems like it is. I know on those bigger fields out there, what we were doing was we do half of it, and we go do something else, and we go back to it. That way, we weren't sitting at the same thing for 25 minutes or half the Ep zone. We're doing a little bit of it and then splitting it up. It's still half the Ep zone, but it's split up a little bit. Now I think we could probably do it in one shot. Honestly. That's kind of my thought with doing a bigger field out there. And it's just going to be one big field. It might take us a while to get it done. It might take 2 videos to finish it. Honestly. But we'll get it done. Yeah, this should, we'll probably be able to get this done on this grain tank, I would guesstimate. And obviously, fertilizer doesn't take too much for slurry. Which I'll probably try to get the slurry on that field over there first. Because this one is obviously like all weird and camouflaged and, all over the place. I probably would want, precision farming to do its magic and hopefully get everything squared away this way. Because I am sure even with the slurry, it won't quite be right, I guess. Our nitrogen is a little bit low. Probably this field. Yeah, you can see it's all over the place. So, that's probably bad for nitrogen. That's probably what's hurting us over there too. Might do a quick little time lapse. Honestly, we'll finish this up. We'll probably grab either the Massey or the Fent will do it. Grab the slurry spreader. We'll get that going. Some fields fertilized. We'll see how much time we have. Maybe we can get some planting done. It's hard to say. Because obviously with this now for harvesting, everything shouldn't really take too long. Planting doesn't take too long. Spraying, fertilizing, spreading, everything doesn't really take too long. But anyways, I will go ahead and start the time lapse. I'll talk to everyone once it is done. Yeah, okay. I was kind of figuring it would probably knock some things up to be in the good range and some would be lower. I'm hoping the planter will kind of even things out once it's going over here with fertilizer. That's my hope. But maybe I'll be wrong and it'll just be weird till the end of time. Hopefully not, but yeah, for that big field, I think obviously we want to get it done fairly quick, which generally means I'm a wanted to say mowing and windrowing in one zone. I think what I'll end up trying to do at least is we'll end up finishing off like this video with a longer time lapse. Well, even if I did the entire mowing and half the windrowing, that would probably be good, because then we could come back the next video, do a bunch of mowing and, you know, or not mowing, but finish up the windrow and bale it all up. We are not really in a pressure to try and get it wrapped or anything, because to sell it, it's not gonna be ready to sell till November, so we got several months to worry about that. It's just mowing it, baling it, and getting it off the field. That way we can plow it and clear it for trees, which I'll probably do in between recording sessions. The real question is, where do we put the harvester? There's really no good place to put it. It's kind of big. Put nicely, it's kind of big. You could try and back it into there, but then the header will take a bunch more space too. Well, let's see. That puts us at 51,000 liters of barley. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about the chickens for a while. Plus, they have 25,000 liters in there. I don't think we should have to worry about getting them any more food for a little while. This should straighten out the fertilizing situation, hopefully. Looks like it is. That way it's not all over the place. It should just be the same. It looks like it's still multicolored up here for some reason. It looked fine before. Huh. That is, yeah, now it's all multicolored. I wonder if some spots are too much now. Because I put the one layer of slurry, so maybe some spots are already too much. So I can't obviously even it out. Doesn't actually need more. That might be it, actually. Like I said, I think around the episode 80 will be when we're kind of hitting a cap of how much money we spend. Although I did mention in that video of if people wanted to see the series continue, it would. That video has not came out yet as of recording. So obviously I don't know what people want yet. So if people obviously want to see more survival challenge, just ignore me. That's kind of the only negative of sometimes recording in advance is don't really know what the audience has to say, the people. But it does allow me to actually get the videos on a consistent date. or somewhat consistent date. Probably put sorghum here again. We really don't need barley. And we're not doing corn or anything again unless we wanted to buy a header. Which I have no plans of doing that. We really wouldn't make the money back. It might be fun trying to plant like that section over there or harvest that section over there. This does definitely knock down how much fertilizer we need. That's mainly the thing I'm going to use slurry for, I think. Try not to get too close to the grass. This does kind of like to plant a little bit over. Because I think trying to get it to be exact to what you need it to be is... It's going to take 2 times of spreading it. And well, why would I do twice for slurry spreading plus planting when I could spread it once and then just go over top with, you know, solid fertilizer and knock it right up to where it needs to be? That's just my thought. It's one less step. It shortens how much time it will take. Yeah, and once again, this is taking, you know, 0 time, obviously, to plant. I know we saved for quite some time trying to get this planter, and I think it was worth it. It's one of the largest ones. Plus, it obviously does corn and sunflowers and all the stuff that a normal planter would do, plus the things a seeder would do for planting. Which is just, you need one piece of equipment for 2 jobs. And now that we have this, which actually pulls it at a good speed, better than the case did. And plus, I mean, it's tracks. It's kind of nice, honestly. It turns so quick, and it's really like jarring the first time you try and turn. Because you got to make sure you don't turn too tight. As the one thing I've noticed, taking a little bit of time to get used to, but you know, within time you will get used to it. Well, I think that is a wrap on the planting. It should be the last for a little bit. This is the last I looked. The next field will probably be this one, and that's even a couple months off. I think. Maybe it's only 2-3 months, but still, that's a couple months. Well, I'll have this grab the windrower. Then I'll have the Massey grab the mower. You can kind of get set over there. Yeah, I think I'll have to split the windrow. But still, if we get everything mowed to being baled in 2 episodes, that is, I think, very good time. Be interesting to have the other combine come back here, because I'm sure these roads might be a little bit tight. And we get to expand this field a little bit soon. Once it's, you know, harvested. We'll put this out here. And here we are with the mower and the Massey. Well, let's go ahead and buy the field. It should be 85,000. That's at least what I've been planning it as. Okay. I gotta say, 4 pieces of land. I think that's, well, we've bought 3, but 4 pieces of land total. I think that is absolutely just almost mind blowing when you think of how we started. Now owning this amount of land and, you know, a big harvester and planter and everything. I think we'll start a little bit farther out. I don't want to go around too many trees with the windrow. And really, it's not going to be everything. It's just not going to be. Okay, we gotta remember not to go too far though, because this is really wide open, obviously. So even this piece looks, you know, like it could be it, but it's really just another piece of land. I think about that tree as well. We'll keep that. Obviously, like I've mentioned before, and the other pieces of land, we're not going to get every little bit of grass. It's really, we'll mow it, we'll, you know, make it into silage, we'll sell some of it. But it's really just to pay for the land almost. Because really that's what it'll probably do, is it'll probably pay for the land. And I think that's good. If we can pay for the land just from mowing it once, that's pretty good. We don't even have to plant anything yet. So this will probably be about as much grass as that field, maybe a little bit more. I think some of that field didn't get mowed, if I remember correctly. And we'll turn it up before this big tree. Well, I am sure this is going to be a mighty big time to get this all finished. But we will split up the windrow. We'll probably try to figure out a tree kind of in the middle, and we'll only do half of it for windrow. And then we're really not too far from getting this plowed up then, really. So it won't be next stepping stone, obviously, but I think the time after that we can at least start doing the outline and getting some of it done. Hopefully the soil map is good. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we get it and it's just loam, the whole thing. Although from this, I have suspicions it might have some loamy sand in it. But I think it will have some loam, at least from, you know, at the top. At the top it'll be good. Everything else will probably be silty clay. That's the big thing, is no silty clay and no sandy loam, or loamy sand. That's it. Whatever the second worst one is. Those are the two ones we do not want to see. Otherwise, you know, yield and stuff is always super great on the other two. Loam is obviously the number one, though, by a large margin. Yeah, this is going to be one big field. Because really, we're probably just going to, if we made it into 2 fields, we'd end up just putting it into the same crop probably. So why don't we just put it into 1 field, and we can do half of it one time and do half the next. It really doesn't change anything. Well, I think I'll go ahead. We'll start just to get everybody heads up. This is probably going to be quite a long time lapse. I'll obviously come back, you know, kind of see how the progress is. But I'll start the time lapse now. I'll talk to everyone once that is done. Alrighty, well I'm certain that was probably what, 2.5 minutes of time lapse, so quite a long time. That's just kind of how these fields are. Every time I've gotten a new piece of land, I've done something pretty similar to that, where it's just the end is a long time lapse. Just that way, you know, people don't like them. It's right at the end. You're not going to miss much. Just easiest that way than having it right in the middle. Yeah, which even then, at 2 minutes or wherever, you figure one other one in the middle of the video. We're talking 3.5 minutes total for a 25-minute video. Really not that bad once you think about it like that. And 25 minutes probably on the shorter side. I usually try to keep them around 30 minutes. But it's obviously hard to tell because you really don't know what's going to get cut until you're cutting it. But yeah, I think this is about half the field done for windrow. This will definitely do a lot of bales. I'm going to try and actually remember to reset the bale counter this time. I think last time I forgot. So I'll try to actually remember to do that. That way we have an idea how many we did. Although we can still in the menu, it'll show you if you look for it. And that is... well, half of the field done for windrowing. We'll have to leave... we'll probably just leave the Fendt out here, because I don't think we'll need it for anything. Well, that is everything for today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.